Hello everybody. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. Briefly, I'm Irfan Hidayat and my partner is Faradina. We are the student of Shipbuilding Institute of Polytechnic Surabaya, program study of Waste Treatment Engineering.
Today we are going to be talking about comparison of the effectiveness of used fish nets and used plastic bottles as biofilter media with bed system in laundry waste.
First of all, I will explain what is biofilter and batch system. I will continue by giving background of and problem limitation of this research.
And then I'll give you what the action take of the problem. Then the result of research. Finally, I'll give you the conclusion of the research. We'll also explain the advantage and disadvantage of the research.
What is the meaning of biofilter? Biofilter is one of the wastewater treatment using attached microorganisms on media for reduce pollution. Biofilter are consist two words, bio and filter. Bio is meaning use media from living things, usually microorganisms, and filter is meaning media that used for eating pollution by microorganisms. The type of biofilters are biobal, bee, hive, and the others. Election of media is affect to efficiency removal of pollutant on this unit. The larger surface area is used, so biomass is attached also large. The biofilter used in this research is aerobic, so that microorganisms need air using aerator to supply air in the reactor.
What is the batch system? Batch system is a process where a set amount of input enters a process, where it's removed from the process at a later time. What's the problem of laundry waste? Laundry waste is one of the sources of pollution in water bodies. It has pollution as small concentration of chemical oxygen demand (COD) and phosphate pollution, but the concentration will be large if the volume of laundry waste is also large. In this research, results of the sample that laundry waste have COD values is about 600 mg per liter and phosphate values is about 24 mg per liter. Based on East Java Governor Regulation number 72 of 2013, these results exceed the wastewater quality standards for the laundry industry. The maximum values of COD and phosphate are 2050 mg per liter and 10 mg per liter. Disposal of laundry waste into water bodies without water treatment can cause continuously pollution. The pollution can damage aquatic ecosystem. For example, fish will die because the fish lack of oxygen due to large amount of chemical compounds in the water.
Okay, and the next is what's the problem limitation of this research? The parameters observed in this research were COD and phosphate because the research gap was found that the COD and phosphate values are exceeded wastewater quality standards and there is no wastewater treatment plant in the laundry industry. Phosphate levels are produced by the decomposition of organic matter into nutrient compounds N and P. The increase in these two compounds has an impact on water enrichment or eutrophication, which cause algal blooms. Eutrophication is an environmental problem that cause damage to aquatic system, especially in freshwater where plants grow very quickly compared to normal growth. So that the penetration of light that enters the aquatic ecosystem is blocked, cause aquatic biota to die. Likewise, if the COD level is excessive, so the study focus only removal these two parameters, COD and phosphate.
What action taken by researcher, alternative laundry waste treatment using a biofilter with bed systems. The biofilter media used comes from plastic waste. Those are used plastic bottles and used fish nets. The used plastic bottles and used fish nets will be cleaned after attached to used plastic bottles and used fish nets so as not to hinder the biofilm attachment process during seeding process. Used fish nets will be cut a size of 10 multiplied 10 centimeters and then rolled up. On the other hand, used plastic bottles should be cut about 1 centimeter and then cut into circle. You can see the result in this image.
The reactor use is 6 buckets of 3 liter volume. Then 3 reactors filled with used plastic bottles and 3 reactors filled with used fish nets. During the seeding process, 6 reactors were added with andalan 45 and andalan 88 starter bacteria for bacteria nutrient. Seeding is adaptation process of bacteria to a nutrient-rich medium for attached growth. The type of the biofilter is aerobic, so that the reactor filled with an aerator to supply water for bacteria. The laundry waste is fed into the reactor with a media ratio of about 50% of the reactor volume. Variation in observation time were carried out for 6 and 8 hours in a batch reactor to obtain the best media and the detention time.
You can see the graphic that the blue graph shows that the media is used fish nets and the red graph shows that the media is used bottles. There is a degradation process of organic matter in laundry waste. It's shown that the outlet COD concentration is smaller than the inlet COD concentration. It can be seen that the COD removal efficiency increased from 0 hours to 8 hours, having the highest efficiency on that media with a detention time of 8 hours at 89% and in bottle media with a detention time of 8 hours at 87%. It shows that the longer the detention time, the longer the waste in contact with the bacterial biological film from unused fish nets and plastic bottles used. So, it is in accordance with Ariani and her friends' statement in their research that greater detention time in the reactor, greater the processing efficiency.
Same thing also happened to the efficiency removal of phosphate concentration, which increased from 0 hours to 8 hours. The highest efficiency on net media with a detention time of 8 hours was 64%, and on plastic bottle media with an 8 hours residence time of 57%.
The conclusion of the research is the best media based on the results of COD and phosphate removal efficiency is used fishnet media. Used fishnet media is able to remove COD and phosphate by 87% and 57% at a detention time of 8 hours.
What are advantages of this research? Maintainable, the biofilter is easy to maintain and operational. The operator doesn't need to control the thickness of the biofilm attached to the media. Besides, biofilters are cheap. The reactor use also easy to obtain. They are bucket aerator media from plastic waste recycling. The cost is not too expensive, so it's suitable to be applied in the home laundry industry.
And biofilter media can reduce plastic waste. The innovation of using media from recycling plastic waste, which is formed into an artificial medium for bacterial growth, can overcome the problem of waste so that it can reduce the amount of plastic waste. But the research has disadvantage is media is susceptible to clogging, so that the biofilter media needs to be cleaned regularly so that laundry waste can flow and be completely degraded.